My dear collective, welcome to another music channeling, and we're just gonna dive right into it. I actually got the sniffles, so I will sound a little bit more stuffy than usual. But your go-to song is "Jealous" by Labyrinth. Okay, I got this tune today, so we're gonna need to jump right into it. Channel messages. We got schizophrenic and annoyance. Okay, so the person in question could feel like they're schizophrenic. They could be annoyed. Maybe you're annoyed. You feel like they're either driving you into fucking mania or vice versa. Or this person actually is diagnosed with some sort of schizophrenia. Okay, I know for a fact whoever is watching is annoyed. Um, Now, it is a masculine that sings this tune, but whomever you think of dealing with, make it make sense, okay? Make it resonate. Based on the song here, I feel like I've done this before, like a message based on the song. I just can't find it. 2014 could be relevant. That's when the song came out. Long story short, the artist in question talks about how they're jealous of the fact that the person that has their heart has moved on. They're jealous of everything that touches them because they wish they could be touching that. He's jealous of the rain, the fucking sky, the wind, the earth, everything and everybody and their mama. This masculine or this soulmate is upset, is jealous because other people have access to you. Even the fucking earth has access to you and they don't, okay? Emphasis on the jealous. That's my take on it. For a lot of you guys, it's people from the past. I'm talking about ex-lover, ex-partner, ex-spouse. You get it, okay? Now, why this song needs to come up today on the I wanted to say on the 14th, but I'm filming this on the 18th when I got the tune for you guys. But something happened on the 14th of a specific day as well. We're just gonna go with that. The card that came out, Five of Spades. Basically, somebody should have done something, protected something, stand up for something they didn't, or somebody else was stupid, gullible, ignorant because of lack of protection, or lack of protection. Okay, collective? Oh, sorry if my dress code is... Why am I even worried about that? But listen, it's... Like I said, I got the sniffles. I do feel good. I just... It's a lot happening, okay? Now, you that's watching your advice card... This card came out. This is my I don't give a fuck. So if you're watching for this person and they ignored you and your person have driven themselves into madness because of their jealousy, maybe perhaps schizophrenia, you're like, I don't give a fuck if you're crazy. You're not coming near me. But you're watching this reading, so we're gonna see what's up. Okay? Listen, the viewer audience, you're manifesting your life. Okay? If you are watching for a masculine and not a male, then I feel like you don't really give a fuck. You know what? To make it easier for everyone, the person that now feels fucking crazy, schizophrenic, manic, whatever the case may be, jealous about the rain and the skies and the earth that seems to have a closer proximity to you, it's their problem. I also feel like you creating your life is also what making them more jealous. Again, to make it more easier, they're a karmic. You had a karmic relationship. The fact that the title in itself is jealous, and the more I read the song, the more I'm like, okay, it's one thing to be jealous of collective has moved on. They find a new soulmate, right? Or they're just happy, but they seem to be jealous about that as well. The fact that you even says so in the lyrics. He says, I'm even jealous of the fact that you are happy without me. What kind of shenanigans is that? Let's see here. Oh my God. It's a beautiful song though, but when you do read the lyrics of anything, it says so much, okay? Anyways, I'm jealous of the rain that falls upon your skin. It's closer than my hands have been. I'm jealous of the rain. I'm jealous of the wind that ripples through your clothes. I'm closer. It's closer than your shadow. I'm jealous of the wind because I wish you the best. All this world, I wish you the best of all this world could give. And I told you when you left me, there's nothing to forgive. But I always thought you'd come back to me, telling me all you found was heartbreak and misery. So the person that you seem to have left, or what I'm really feeling, you don't really give a fuck anymore, and they kind of feel crazy because you don't give a fuck anymore. But let's make it easy. Let's base it off the lyrics of it all. So, yeah. Excuse my speech impendency. It is what it is. I was born with it. Okay. But I say this to say, yeah, they're even jealous of the fact that when you didn't leave and your life didn't turn to hell, like it says, misery and mayhem of it all, this person had the belief system that you wouldn't find anything better than them. That's what I'm getting from the lyrics here, which is so odd and a bit controlling. Okay, somebody had the belief, or the person that you left, or for a lot of you guys, you don't really give a fuck anymore because the people, the masculines, the soulmates you've been with, they somehow feel fucking crazy mentally, okay? A lot of them are just sad, depressed. A lot of them feel literally crazy, okay? Or that might be for a specific person. But yeah, they thought you'd be heartbroken, find misery, dark clouds because you're not together. It's hard for me to say I'm jealous of the way you're happy without me. And then he goes on to explain, jealous of the fact if you found somebody else, but he's not quite sure if you did find somebody else, but if you did, he's also here speculating of the fact that even if you're with somebody or not, they're still jealous. They're jealous of the fucking wind, okay? They're jealous of the fact that your shadow is close to you than they are. Like, it's giving obsessed, okay? It's giving controlling, it's giving manic, it's giving... Some of them, if they have gone into the route of being severely mentally unstable, it makes sense. Okay, for some of them, they're just jealous and petty. For others, something that's not right with their brain chemistry. Overall, for collective in general, I don't feel like you give 2 cents about this person. But this reading is here for a reason, aka the song. So I'm just going to say this, like I said before, this is definitely a karmic individual, for sure. It's like hinting towards the past, but it could also be somebody recently, okay? Make it make sense. This person wants to make you happy again. They also want to tell you that you made them the happiest ever. And for some of you guys, you could have been engaged as well, because like I said before, it's an ex-lover, ex-spouse, ex-something, okay? They know that things will not get better. I really do feel whomever's watching, you really don't give 2 cents. I'm really sorry about the lightning of it all. I don't think you guys can see it though. Should we use that as a symbolism? Because like the energy is more so like, how do I say this? Just like how things are dimmed now, in reality of it all, my curtains are closed, okay? Also, good morning. But we're going to take this as a symbolism as well. They are living in this dark cloud frequency. Everything around them is dark because you don't want them back. You don't give a fuck. You don't give a fuck if they are losing their mind over you. You don't give a fuck at all because you definitely have moved on. I don't feel any type of like, oh, I'm gonna say this collective. If they cross your mind, if you are in tune, you get this reading, you're gonna be like, yeah, that's what happened, but I'm past it. I'm creating a life that I really want for myself, and that's that. This person here, even though they know that things will never be fixed, or this is how they feel during this moment, some of them are still like, there might be a hope. Some of them thinks it's like seasonal, right? You're just going through something, just a period, right? Maybe they're used to you always coming back, right? The whole back and forth thing. Especially if you guys dated, okay? And especially if you're healed, maybe they want to come in like, oh, I knew you'd come back because you need to heal. Or they might be like, I can come back now because I'm truly healed. But if we go back to the actual lyrics of it all, collective, this man or this soulmate, they're jealous of the fact that, again, look up the lyrics, Jealous by Labyrinth. He says, the shadow he's jealous of. He doesn't care if you're with somebody or not. The fact that you're happy without him is a fucking jealous trigger. Like you don't have a life without them. No wonder you don't give a fuck. Now, I don't know. Some of them still have hope. Like it's weird. You know what? When I channeled the mental illness of schizophrenia, it makes more sense because even though they feel like there is no possibility, I can even tune into the energy of like, oh, yeah, I dealt with somebody that was kind of crazy. I don't want to deal with them, and that's it. You moved on. Bygones be bygones. This person is still obsessively having a hold on you. If you dream about them, think about them, especially if you're drawn to this and like reading, I don't really think you're going to be that reactive. But if some of your soulmates have a mental instability that might be dangerous, I need you to lock in and get fucking protection. For some of you guys, I feel like you just need to do a cord cutting once again, okay? Because the obsession, is intense, okay? This card is also very relevant. Aside from everything else I tuned in, this is very relevant. So this love bombing is second nature to them. Being a narcissist, being self-absorbed. To be quite honest, I feel like this person has an attachment to you, whether they feel manic or not, or have, any mental conditions. You need to do cord cutting. You also need to take precaution, like for real. This is not on some, especially if it's like going against your free will, your own mental health, okay? Because I know it's a full sentence. And I think personally, the reason why I'm tuning into a lot of things that are pretty trivial and pretty, in the field of like mental, emotional, spiritual, physical, even sexual abuse, is because a lot of things I think myself have gone through I wanted to say episodes, but have gone through a lot of like experiences with people. And it's quite a shame to put it aside. And I feel like if you don't address it, it's going to be a really hard way to navigate if you don't tackle the situation. Maybe you moving in the same way where I did back in the days, where it's kind of like there are levels to how serious it can get. But don't be like me. Don't wait until it gets fucking to that level, okay? So I say this to say, some of you guys just do the cord cutting. Others, fuck it. Whatever you feel like, it feels like going across your boundaries. Take that fucking legal action. Protection, whatever the case may be. Okay, don't just be like pray it away, sage it away, because at this point in 2025, everything is going on paper. Okay. Actually, on a personal note, maybe a lot of you guys are not dealing with serious stuff like that, but listen, I did channel mental health issues, right? Them being jealous. Well, even though it's a music channeling, it has symbolic meaning in terms of this reading. And side note, how I read my tarot messages for you guys, my channel messages, it comes through clairaudiency and it's based on frequency, specifically music. Okay, some people, I don't know how some people do it, right? I use tarot, but also utilize a lot of musical influence. Okay, I feel like it breaks things down easier for me as somebody that understands energy, but also for you guys. Okay. Anyways, well, like I said, a lot of, I wouldn't say a lot. Half of them, I don't know, I would say somebody. Because I feel like even though they feel unstable, they may or may not have mental instability, but all of them are definitely jealous of you, or the fact that you're not with them anymore. They have a lot of resentment towards that and jealousy. They still have this hope, or holding on to the hope of the fact that you would turn around. Even though they're certain of the fact that, oh, that was the last straw. Collective is pissed. This is to a point of no return. There's no way that he or she will forgive me. Right? Some of them, or this one person, still have hope that you will turn around. Like I said, the curse we got is very loving, but in the state of this song and what I'm tuning into, and the fact that you don't really give a fuck, the fact that they want to give you the honeymoon phase again, want to say that you are the only one that make them happy, want to bring you happiness, say that you deserve everything now after everything they put you through, right? Because some might even say that you're the one that put them through this imbalance, made them feel crazy, made them have a mental instability, but they still want you back. It's almost like they're trying to make you the villain in their story. Even the whole time it was them, right? They still want to bring you happiness. They still want to be connected to you. This connection thing is I do feel the energetic cord. Okay, when I say cord cutting, I don't have the scissors here, but you need to do a cord cutting. Some of you guys could have tried it to do cord cutting. Okay, you can look it up online, YouTube, Instagram. You need to, some of you guys, you need to do it again. Okay? I don't know how they're doing it to connect this bond. Because I could tell you this, you could block this person, go no contact. If you resonate with this reading, I think for a lot of you guys, the cord cutting is still in motion. Okay? I feel like it's a little bit harder for the intuitives, for the empaths that can feel energy, to still feel it, even though it's cut. Okay? Yeah. This person here, they only want you back because they're jealous. They only want you back because they don't want to be separated. I think whoever is in this, they feel manic or schizophrenic, is because of the fact that you took back your power. It's the fact that they don't have control anymore. It's the fact that you flip the tables, turning tables, right? They feel a lot of passion with you. The chemistry could be off the chain. It could have been really great in the beginning. Like I said, love bombing. There is this saying, dealing with narcissistic people, the physical part like the sexual intimacy is the only thing that's substantial. A few years ago, I was dealt with a narcissist, and then right after, I kind of knew what it was to be in such a relationship, and then I saw a bunch of people telling their story about how to live with this mental illness. One masculine, he was talking about how, like, what he noticed, a lot of, he even said his victims, he's very upfront with having these mental conditions. You know, I'm all about honesty, right? At least they know what it is, right? And he was like, the one thing people say, or people always come in with in terms of corrections, even though they were very sadistic or narcissistic or abusive, their sex was always good. Okay? Maybe you and this person had a really good sexual chemistry. Maybe they feel like it's the best of the best, right? And now they feel like they can't really be with anyone else because you're the only one that matches that frequency. Now, I feel like for the sake of the viewer, if you're dealing with a masculine of this nature collective, the one probably want to come in with that or say it's because of, you know, we should still be together because of this, right? Or they might lure you in or charm you in with that. But the reality of the nature is you took your power back. You don't want to deal with them, and you are manifesting in life. Like the song says, they didn't even think you'd be happy and find fucking misery on the street because you're not with them. This masculine thinks they are the source of your happiness. How deranged can you be? For a lot of you guys, you weren't even in a serious relationship. It was just in the sense of like you hooked up, or it was casual. You weren't even boyfriend and girlfriend, right? I'm reading for everyone, okay? And that's even worse. Let's say you're not in an official relationship and they're acting this crazy. They're feeling so manic because you're not together. Like, it's one thing of being like, yeah, that's my ex-spouse. We divorced. We separated. We were together for a few years. That was my person for a time. But if it's just like a hookup situation, you get it. For them to feel like they're feeling like, you know, life is at a wit's end because they don't have you. Yes, it must be mental illness, okay? It's crazy, right? I say this to say, they are hoping and wishing that you return for some of them. They're still holding on to it despite your reactions, despite your no contact. You somehow they know that you're manifesting the life you want or have. Somehow they know that you want nothing to do with them, but one they're hoping that you return. Some might spell work might be relevant here. Love spells, etc. Okay, I need some of you guys to, when I say cord cutting, it's not just for show. Okay, this is some real stuff. So yeah, some of them were really hoping that there's still a chance. This is the person that made me the most happiest, and I want to bring them happiness too. I want to show them I'm changed. Before, I didn't know how to commit. I was always running away. I don't want to run away anymore. Okay? Now I'm chasing. Okay? But they're chasing collective. Let me clarify. Because you cut the cord. You set your boundaries. You don't really give a fuck. Okay? On top of that, you're also creating a life, showing them that they're not the center of your life. And that's what's bothering them. That's why that is what makes them feel crazy, manic, schizophrenic, jealous. You know it, okay? You know the tune. Listen, if they do have a mental illness, I guess it is what it is. And if they're like heading into that direction because of you don't want to deal with them, again, it's not your problem. Because like I said, for some of you guys, it wasn't even that deep. You guys weren't even like that serious, or if you can even use the word serious. at best, it was just a sexual relationship. Okay, so for them to act this way is absurd. Okay, some of you guys were even third parties. So for them to be this crazy because of you, insane. Others, maybe there's a little bit more understanding because maybe you were engaged to this person. That was your ex-fiance. That was your ex-spouse. Okay? That was somebody that you were dating together with for a few years. Okay? I can even add in, well, no, pretty much. Yeah. You know, there's levels to this. I understand the attachment if it was longer. I understand the attachment if it was serious. Okay? I'm not talking about pillow talking serious. Okay? Side note, even if they met your family and vice versa, a love bombing is a real thing. It's a whole play, okay? I don't know why I'm thinking about the play, the tragedy of Hamlet, like Ophelia, okay? Ophelia, I know it's a very big thing now with Taylor Swift and her song Ophelia. Side note, I actually like the album. Okay, by Taylor Swift, her new album. I like some of the songs, and the hate that she's getting is absurd to me. Okay, it's absurd, but fuck it, internet. People don't know what artist, and I know for a fact she doesn't give a fuck. She really don't, and I love it for her. She's a fire sign. She don't like if it, like she even says, if it brings me streams, she literally says, if you're talking about me, good or bad, it's helping her. Meaning, she still gets the cash, she still gets the dinero, she still gets paid, whether you hate her or not. Okay, but yeah, the Ophelia, the play. Long story short, Ophelia falls in love. She came from a lower class citizen or play, right? Ophelia was somebody that was not a part of the higher class, let alone the middle class. Okay, the queen took her in as one of her own because her father was one of the teachers, scientists, explorer in the court, right? Basically, Ophelia's dad had knowledge, therefore he's a little bit of a higher rank, but he still is not in the same position, okay, because of, well, family, okay? And then Ophelia and Hamlet falls in love. Ophelia, she's all about honesty and truth. She can only go by what she's been taught. So if somebody's like left foot, right foot, she's obedient because, well, it's the norm to obey a higher class. Only for all of them, including the love of her life, to turn on her because of their jealousy and fucking pride. Okay? And they all killed themselves at the end. And still want to look at Ophelia like she's the issue, right? I say this to say somebody, because the situation, I watched the movie, I've seen the play, they might even look at you like the Ophelia person, like they thought that they would drive you crazy into suicidal ideation, into having mental health issues. Maybe you were depressed for a bit. Maybe you were so drained by this person, life wasn't on the up and up. Probably when you were together, but when you got out of it, okay? You felt freedom, you manifested your life, and the life you have. The person that puts you in this predicament of thinking that you should be in the same place they are, you're not like them. You're not from the same cloth. You're from a different class. Okay? And if you're of somebody that has knowledge, but also came out of the situation with this karmic person stronger, of course it's a blow to their face. of course they're gonna be like, that's not even possible. I did all this bullshit stuff towards you. You still overcame. You're still on top. You're still succeeding. You're still happy. Most of all, you're not leaning towards me because maybe this is some reverse psychology. Maybe some shit happened to them when they were younger, or they're going through PTSD thinking that what they did to me. So this karmic soulmate says, I can do so to others. Hurt people. But you showed them you're stronger than that mindset. You're stronger than that bullshit. That's why they want you back. That's why they want to be with you, because they have resilience and energy and a winning resume of not being in a space where they are. They're looking at you like if somebody hurts them, you should be in the same place. You should also be as equally as crazy as they are. But you're not. And you're winning. And you're surviving. No wonder you don't give a fuck. And I feel like this is what makes them more crazy. On top of them feeling abandoned, on top of them realizing that you're the best thing that ever happened to them, it is the fact that you're mirroring, showcasing them that they could have handled things differently, handle you differently, but they would never have an opportunity to fix it with you. Now they could take what they have learned and, because they saw you heal, they saw you overcome, they saw you not giving a fuck, they can use that to better themselves for themselves or even the next person. But no, they're so hung up on you that even if they go and deal with Mary Sue or Thomas and Elliot, they will still reflect back to the fact that it should have been collective. And it will probably always be you for them. They were a lesson to you, collective, learning what it means to deal with people of their caliber, of their nature. Unbeknown to that person that caused you all this mental anguish, distress, or abuse, you were the real lesson for this person. Okay? So, that's all I gotta say. Long story short, jealous of the fact that you don't want to deal with them, you found somebody new or you don't, but the fact that you're not in a sunken place just because they are from a sunken place or they are stuck in a sunken place. The people, the soulmates are waiting for you to turn around to give them a chance. They will wait until their dying days. Okay? Because I really do feel like you don't give a fuck. Let's just say you cross paths again. You don't have no emotions. You're like, that was years ago. Or even if it was months ago, you're going to be like, that last straw, the reason why you left, it was for a reason. It was for a reason. And if you recognize it as abuse, you're definitely not going to come back. Somebody really thinks that you are delusional. Somebody really thinks that you're stupid because they were stupid and when shit happens to them, so therefore you're stupid as well for dealing with them. Unbeknown to them, they were the fucking fool. And collective, I know you don't give a fuck, but let's do your advice card. Like I said before, your personal advice card from me to you guys, cord cutting, and keep on not giving a fuck. If it gets serious, obviously take legal precaution here. If it gets to that level, right? What's coming towards you is somebody new. If you're open to it, if not, you're just gonna keep on manifesting the life you want, and they're just gonna suffer and have the karma of. It's not even karma though, because they don't need to deal with you in this matter. But how they're moving right now, this person, this soulmate, this karmic soulmate, toxic karmic soulmate, is that you're going to be engraved in their mind forever and ever. Whenever they meet, whoever they talk to, whoever they end up with on their dying bed, they're going to be like, I remember the days with collective. That's probably their biggest lesson in life. This is something they would take to their fucking psychiatrist, to their, if they have other families, it's going to be passed on to their generation of, I met this person and I did this, and and that changed the trajectory of my life. And they're definitely going to learn a lesson though. And you too, collective, because as harsh as it sounds, everything happens for a reason. It could have been worse. You could have not been here. Some people are psychopaths or sociopaths, okay? It could be in the energy of like where you wouldn't have the chance to watch this reading, but you guys are here, alive, okay? Now I'm thinking about like this artist that dated, I think his name is like David or something, American artist that dated a Spanish girl that was underage, and he got so obsessed with her that he was suspect for murdering her. Okay, I don't know if it's in the same frequency, but whoever this soulmate is, it starts off with I'm jealous, I'm envious, and it could have led to that Spanish girl that was underage Spanish girl that was killed because of somebody's obsession. Okay? Now, he even made a song about it. Anyways, listen, we're gonna wrap it up. Clearly, you have a lot to say. If they take, I don't think they're gonna reach out to you. Like, if they do, I already said my statement, peace, advice 11 times. Take it or not, I feel like you will. We're not even gonna pull a number on it because I feel like you don't care. But if something does happen, I feel like you're gonna be on it. Okay. So there's that. I think that's it though. Let's do little initials. Sorry if this sounds very all over the place and not organized. We're gonna leave it as such. So, you know what? Think of whomever, but we're gonna just read a little bit extra here in terms of the initials. If it don't make sense, don't take it to heart. Okay, so we got letters RISBM EHTITT EMNROED. Okay, TI. All right. That could be your initials, their initials. G could also be relevant. R, there were some letters that fell down. And another one as well. Collective, I'm going to say this. You want to know, I feel like you guys are going to make solid advice. You're going to make... For anyone that feels tempted, you need to do cord cutting, okay? Because just do cord cutting and just take illegal procedures if it's that deep, okay? We're gonna leave it as such. Thank you guys for watching and see you in the next reading. I don't know why I did that though. Okay, maybe somebody wants to confuse you, cause some illusions. Maybe it's a fucking spell work. If it's spell work, I'm talking about love spells, sex magic, glamour spells, come back to me spells, forget what happened spells. If you're not intuitive, spiritual, or into the occult, or have those spiritual gifts, see, I'm somebody that dreams a lot. So if I can't pick up things on energy, everything I see verbatimly in my dreams, okay? It doesn't matter, just like how I can get like a song for like a message, right? Verbatimly, I see it step by step in my dream to be like, oh, fuck it, maybe it's not that deep. Spirit team, they be showing me, okay? There's some people, they be like, no, I see clairvoyantly or clairaudiently or I could cognizantly tune into it. It's different for different people. Some people, they don't know, right? But the thing is, the gut feeling, the intuition never lies. I need everybody to be on pens and cues. I already feel like you're on that shit. I know it's collective, but if not, cord cutting, the second thing, make this as a illegal thing. Like, I kid you not, because the artist that killed this girl, for whatever reason, okay, he was accused of killing this girl, this Hispanic person. I think her name was Gabrielle or something. He made a song about their relationship. She was underage, okay? It was a Black American artist. And something about she ran away from home. She got together with this man. Yes, man, because he was of age. She was not. She was 15, 16, okay? They were together. And then all of a sudden she was found in his trunk dead. Right? And so there was a whole trial. When I saw that, I was like, it's a different type of sociopathicness to be accused of that, to go through that, but also to make a song about it. Who the fuck makes songs about underage people? I mean, and this in 2025, right? Like, it's just so bizarre to me. But listen, I complain a lot in my personal, like, when I do like pray with me readings or my testimonies. I do a lot of personal reflections in those readings. This is for you guys. I say this to say, I stand by the fact that the earth is hell on earth. Like, when people be like, you're going to go to the hell, earth is equal to hell. And it's equal to a lot of humans on this fucking planet. Okay? I feel like earth is a level of hell. But, I digress. That's how I personally feel. Because there's so much bullshit that happens to some people more than others. And I'm not saying this to make anyone a victim, because I feel, like I said, this is not one of those readings where you feel like you're still haunted by the abuse, it's still affecting you, you're having PTSD. No, this is somebody that you have left that caused you a lot of mental distress. Like I said, physically, emotionally, spiritually, all that. But you're okay now. You have moved on now. You even have your own manifesting life, okay? It's them that's crashing out. It's them that is going through turmoil. It's them that feels like they're losing their minds. It's them that feels like they're going to have hope for somebody that they intentionally abused. As the karmic that is going cuckoo crazy for the things they have done, thinking that you can come back again, knowing that you never will, but they're still holding on to that. On top of that, being jealous of, if you're going to base it on the song, the fucking rain or anything that has close proximity towards you, they can't, and they know why they cannot, okay? So this is not one of those where you're going to feel a victim because of what they have done. I feel you're not going to allow yourself to become a victim, more so a survivor. But some people, let me be honest, they don't survive. Like that person, that underage Spanish girl. Her story cannot be told. I'm not saying that your energy is going to be in the same frequency as this person, because you really don't give a fuck about this sociopathic, psychopathic, unstable individual anymore. And if you feel some type of pull, cord cutting, or there are other ways, okay? But because you're watching this film like you really don't give a fuck, that you're already one step ahead. You get it? We're gonna leave it as such. I know this was long. I'm not quite sure if I'm gonna post it on the 18th or if I'm gonna post it on a little bit later. But until then, thank you for stopping by. I'm just pull a card to make things neutral. Yeah, this person is very addicted to you, very codependent. You could have been quite addicted to them before, but the thing is, you're not anymore. The cycle, the curse has been broken. And probably why they feel fucking crazy. Because the cycle has been broken. All right, collective. Thank you for stopping by, and until then, see you in the next reading.